I'm about to show you the greatest dragon deck that has ever been made in Pokemon Pocket. What up peeps, Nuggie here, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be showing you a really cool Flygon deck that we've created alongside the community. And ranked is only a week away, and I thought I'd show you this alongside the ranked video that we will put out later on about what decks you should play for consistency, but I just couldn't wait. So with this, I'm just going to show you 3 Pokemon that's going to be heavily used in this setup, and then later on I will show you the deck list and how it works. Okay, so just to let you know here, the 3 Pokemon is going to be, of course, Flygon, the second one is going to be Gumi, and the last is going to be Furfrou. Now, quick take on their abilities here. So Flygon is a Sand Slammer, so for every checkup turn, it's going to do 10 damage to the opposing Pokemon that's on the field, which is really, really good. Gumi, very, very good against babies or just Pokemon in general when you have that in the lead, where in order for them to attack, they need to have another energy added on top, otherwise they can't do it. And lastly, Furfrou is kind of like your pseudo war and mini aggression, as well as just to be able to mitigate 20 damage from attacks as well as do a 30. So with these 3 Pokemon, I'm going to show you how the setup is made, and we'll show you some games as well so you can see what it's like. Alrighty folks, now that we're here, I'm just going to quickly show you the entire deck list. Now, I've named it Gumi as Flying here just because of the cards required, but this is what it looks like. So I thought really long and hard. Now, one of the biggest detriments of this deck amongst many other dragon decks is the dual energy typing. Now the setup we have here, we did try all these other variants. We tried this. There's a Sleep Scam version of Flygon, there's a Meowth version of Flygon, there's the Ogerpon version of Flygon as well, but I really didn't like that because we're relying so heavily on these 2 energy sources to be perfect. We just have such a high chance of bricking and whatnot if we don't get that in. So this version is opting more to still be aggressive if you can't get the energy online, which is why we have the singular Vibrava here to help be aggressive if we are not getting the right combos for the energy here, and also using Furfrou for that aggression as well. And doing so, this just allows you to be able to poke and continue poking, so when you get Flygon online, it does a significant amount of damage. So for those of you who can't see it here, we'll make it a bit bigger. It is 140 damage, but basically on checkup, it can do between 150 and 160 damage, depending on when it comes in. So that's actually really strong. I know some people use Rocky Helmet as well, but I just don't think he needs it, at least with this setup. We use the Lucky Egg here just because it's a really cool tool to have if you're going to be fishing for stuff anyways, trying to limit how many cards you have in your hand. This is really good because if you're going to use something like Gumi to tank and then it gets KO'd, or even Furfrou it gets KO'd, then this is going to help you draw cards. Otherwise, this is essentially the whole setup. You want to lead with either Gumi or Furfrou if you're turn 1. And the X speed here obviously helps because then you can ninja X speed and chuck in the Flygon if you have it built. You can also lead in with the Trapinch as well, and maybe decide not to put energy on that one if you are able to make it into Flygon, and then maybe put your resources into another. But so far, this is the most effective and fun way that I've seen that we've been able to cook and use. And I did mess around with 1 Cyrus, 1 Sabrina, but just double Cyrus feels cleaner. And because Flygon attacks, there is a chance that he can accidentally remove a Cyrus from your deck if you haven't pulled it yet. So having 2 ensures that you should most of the time have 1 in hand to take out whatever you want. But that's basically the explanation of the deck. Now, without further ado, we'll show you a game or 2, and hopefully you enjoy what you see. Alrighty guys, we're going over to game number 1 here. The emblem event is still running, so we're going to bring this in and try and do a little bit of an explanation of how everything works out. So hopefully we get maybe a deck that's relatively meta of what people are using, and let's just have fun with it. All right, so this is my first time, I think, doing this just live in a way, but I thought I'd just try it and see if the explanation works, measures up to what we're trying to explain here. So we get to go second. We're versing a fighting. It could be, what is it? Lucario or whatnot. I'd be so surprised if it's another Flygon, but we'll see. Alrighty. Oh, it's Hitmonchan. Okay, so it's the Hitmonchan Lucario variant, which is pretty strong. There are so many Lucario versions. There's the Rampardos one, there's the Hitmonchan with Lucario one, and there's the Sleep Scam one. Recently in a tournament that I think it won, was the double Hitmontop Hitmonchan. So, oh no, double Hitmontop and Mega Lucario, which was pretty cool to see. Now, we have 2 fighting energy here. If we can try and Professors into an X speed, then we can save that energy and hold our horses. But it looks like that's not going to be the case. It's fine. We're going to put energy here. And because it's going to take more for him to another energy to attack, this is good because then this is basically our war at least for 1 turn. So ideally here we want to try and maybe top deck the Flygon so we can candy it and then we use Copycat, but we'll see how it goes. Riolu, Arena of Antiquity. Now that's a very strong card, especially with the EX version that we're doing. So we're really going to have to be careful. We hope that he doesn't run Karina or have Karina in his hand yet, but with that Copycat, there's a high chance he does. We're just going to wait a little bit as well. Now, the good thing is, though, is that he can't attack yet. So we will be able to go ahead and wait for 1 more turn. Oh my god, this guy's using a Zygarde. Okay, well, this is new. I never see Zygarde. So, yeah. Alrighty. Cool. Fantastic. Alright, so we actually do have a nice split of energy here. I'm trying to think what's the best way here. There's 3 cards. Like, the Professor is just a better choice because we've already got the candy. And look, we do have that. We've got the double Flygon EX. Now, the tricky part about this is that we are going to take a hit because we don't have enough energy to be able to attack on our next turn. We'll be able to do the tick though, so you're going to see the use of the Sand Slammer here. And you know what? Let's put this up. Sand Slammer, there we go. During checkup, Pokemon Z active does 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. So this is kind of cool because we don't necessarily have to go for the whatchamacallit, the Lucario, but it looks like he's gone for this attacking Lucario. Now, one of the cool things here, I'm just looking at, there's a Zygarde here with 4 retreat costs. That's insanely high, right? So the best thing you can do here, now that we've lost our mini tank, he's wasted 2 energy onto the Hitmonchan. He's got none of the reserves here. So what we can do, which is the safest bet here, is to use the Cyrus now and then put it on this Zygarde here, unless if he's got Lyra, he is a god. But this is the reason why we have a Cyrus, or why we have 2, because I don't know if they think that we run 2 a lot of the time, but putting this here allows you a lot of security. We're safe for a bit. There is no Mega Lucario, so that's fine. We shouldn't be one-shotted. We will probably not put that one down just yet, and we'll just let the tick do its thing. And right now, the Zygarde EX here is absolutely stuck. There is no way, I mean, unless he uses Dawn to transfer energy, but he can't Dawn twice. And, oh my god, he's a god. I take it back, he is an absolute god. I'm sorry, guys, I didn't... I mean, the 4 energy, okay, you know what, makes sense. Sure, for what it is. But at the moment, this is fine because this thing is ticking anyways. He's still 1 energy short. And we can throw this out. He's conceded, so he knows. He knows he was screwed. So, that's cool. That's game number 1, guys, so hopefully you enjoy that. Let's see if we can find a game number 2 and see the results of that one. Alrighty, now we're up to game number 2. Let's see if we can get something better than that Zygarde one that we burst previously. Something a bit more meta, maybe a Blaziken, Mega Sceptile, which we know was really, really effective in one of the tournaments, thanks to my boy Verum for making an amazing Mega Sceptile deck where you don't use Pokeballs, but you use the Stadium card with the, I think it's the Enchanted Forest or something like that, to draw a basic grass Pokemon. All right, we're going first this time. I think we went second last time, and this is a really, really nice setup. We are starting with Gumi. They can't do it, and we are potentially versing a Mega Sceptile here. It could be Bulbasaur as well, so we'll wait and see. It's an Ogerpon. Sure. Oh, Ogerpon. Mega Sceptile? Don't tell me it's a Flygon. But what we do here, we don't really have any basics yet. I'd rather fish for the basic first and then go for the Pokeball. Alright, we got 2 Pokeballs, so we are definitely guaranteeing one of these to be a Trapinch. If we get the Furfrou, that's also nice, just to have like a bit of a pseudo war in case there's Formosa. Okay, we're just manifesting everything. That's cool to see. And now we can safely put the Trapinch down because Gumi's in front, which means even if they do have Formosa or whatnot, they won't be able to attack properly. And we're going to put the Lucky Egg here to force them to attack the Gumi down. Now, this may be also one of the Leafeon variants. I think it's either Leafeon Espeon, but I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see what they do. But that's the good thing about the Emblem event, at least. I think there's a lot of people who are just trying out their cooks. We're one of them. So let's have a look and see if this is a cook or not. Now, at this point in time, I have received no other data here. It's a little scary that we have grass. We're going to really need to rely on the fighting coming up now. And you can see in our deck list as well, we have 2 candies and a Vibrava, so it's okay to use Copycat here. Very, very valuable. There's nothing in the bench. Flygon's great. Another Trapinch is fine. Do we get no other Saucer Evos? But the good thing is that we do get 2 of the Cyrus here, that we don't have to worry about accidentally discarding that when Flygon does attack. So that's cool. And I mean, it could be Meowscarada. I don't know. I'm just waiting to see what the other basic is. Repel. Okay. So Repel is pretty interesting. That's why we have a Furfrou here as well. We have an X-Speed. Damage is only 40. There is a chance this gets KO'd. We do get that. And we've got the fighting energy. So we got really fortunate here. Now, he may opt not to attack and KO this, just because now that he knows Flygon's active. So what we're hoping to fish for here with the 6 cards we have left is an X-Speed. But as you can see, we didn't need to do it. He saw the Flygon and bailed. All right, guys, this is game number 3. We did do game number 2, but the match was so short. We won because they saw Flygon and bailed that I thought it just didn't showcase it enough. He, I think, bricked with just Ogerpon at the front, so I thought we'd just do a bonus game 3. So hopefully this is going to be a better representation of how this deck works for you guys. So let's see. I've seen, like, it's so crazy because when we record these things, we don't seem to get the most, like, meta decks we verse, but when we're off stream, we always see it. So hopefully it's going to be something that you guys are familiar with or you're running into a lot. All right, we're versing on the Leaf again. We are going second, and we have Trapinch. We've got Lucky Egg, Copycat, and Professor. Now, this is probably still going to be the best case scenario, because if we're versing Grass type, this is weak until it evolves to Grass types. Now, I have seen some that does stadiums and whatnot, the bounding stadium, so that's going to be tricky. And it looks like this is going to be the Mega Sceptile, which is cool because now Pheromosa can't really do the damage that he really wants to do just because of Gumi's miraculous sticky membrane power. So in order for Pheromosa to actually attack here, it's going to require 2 energy on top, which is fine because we get to go second. We have the energy advantage, and even if he hits 20 at the back line, oh my god, I can't use Copycat, then we'll go ahead and do this. Now, again, it would have been nice if we had grass energy here, but this is fine for what it is. We'll put up the Professor's research because we do already have the Flygon here. We're hoping to get the rare candy or even the Vibrava. The X-Speed is really nice. And we'll put this Lucky Egg here. in front, and we're trying to mitigate as much as we can. We're literally just missing the final piece of the puzzle. Can't really afford to use the copycat because the rest of our hand looks really good. All right. He's forcing himself to copycat. Now, this looks like it's going to be the Fragrant Forest version as well, so he's probably going to look for that stadium card, place it down. He's got a Trico. He's got 2 Tricos. This is actually, it looks bad, but it's really good because he can't attack. And, oh my god. Grass? Okay. Let's calm down. I'm so glad we decided to do a game 3 because this, hopefully he doesn't concede, because every time they see the Flygon, they just seem to concede. We have essentially everything we want here. They've only got 2 cards, but it doesn't matter. And we're just going to go ahead and leave this here. Because they're gonna have to put energy to attack on Pheromosa. This is why Gumi is so fantastic here. So I bet you they're going to chuck the stadium down one point or another, but because they already have everything there, it doesn't matter too much. Now, they don't know that we have X speed, so they're going to put the energy so Pheromosa can attack and do a little bit of damage to Flygon. Now, in a perfect world, we want to get the other Cyrus, right? We don't want to muck this up. But doing this here, he has no energy on any of his Pokemon. We retreat. We've got enough here. And we're just going to attack, and hopefully we don't lose the Cyrus in the back here. We lost the Trapinch. Totally fine. We are good. They basically have no energy, and what the beauty part about this is that he's going to use the Pheromosa as probably a tanking source or whatnot. He cannot afford to use this to attack. We have no more weaknesses to Grass. Fragrant Forest does absolutely nothing. And we have 2 avenues here. He's got the Mega Sceptile. We actually don't have to go for the Mega Sceptile, if you can see. What's the point? We can just go ahead and KO the final 2. And we'll put energy here, and then we'll just attack. And because of what we've done, it's just GG. So I'm really happy that we ran into this. You can see how destructive of a force Gumi can be for this setup. And so long as there's not like a secret red. I'm trying to think, Giovanni? PCL? That does absolutely nothing. Because on our checkup, he's a goner. And yeah, we've got the Cyrus in hand, so that was as clean as it comes. And I hope you guys enjoy this this game and what you can see as a potential. So if you like what you see, guys, feel free to comment. Tell me what version of Flygon you guys have been using as well, or if you have one that's better. But I'm really proud that we've cooked this up, and I think it's going to be a force to be reckoned with in ranked as well as tournament scenes. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.